You're beautiful, Lisa. I am. Giving all the information. He's on top of shit.
Flying Jew.
What are you, fucking
I have like
nuts?
20 minutes left of that, so
what?
ask any questions you want now. After
Good,
that, it's not
good.
gonna.
He's ready to blast off to another dimension.
Fuck yeah, that hash
Tuesday
is
night.
crazy.
I'm telling you, I'm breaking out hash back out.
Yeah.
You're bringing it back?
We're gonna cut a little weed down.
Okay.
We're gonna smoke a little bit more hash out of the glass. I'm gonna get a wooden pipe. We're gonna old school this. I have friends that have great fucking hash, and again, I was forgetting. I was sprinkling it on marijuana, and it's really like, it's like putting bacon on a fucking good cheeseburger. Sometimes.
I thought you didn't like bacon on cheeseburgers.
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. It's like a hypochondrium. What do you call that shit when you put two of the same things on the same fucking thing?
Yeah.
So it's like vodka and Red Bull.
Yeah.
You know, like it just, but it got hip.
Right.
If you really think about it, one side mellows you out, and the other side keeps you fucking awake. So,
Speedball.
yeah, but it's like a Puerto Rican speedball. There's no speedball involved. After 3 minutes,
Yeah.
you're looking at the broad going, my dick is ready to rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that's a real speedball, your dick is deader than disco.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that thing is gone.
Gone.
Gone inside you.
What's going on, Dean Delray?
Man, I am
Good to see you.
so happy to be here. It's my favorite. Come down here. Your new studio, let me tell you something. I do all my podcasts at my house, and it's like a rock museum, but I moved to a new place, and it's not set up yet. So I come in here, and it's just got this vibe. You know, I just love it. And you know what I loved about it? When we were in here, we were playing some music records. It reminded me of just being in a buddy's room with the bong out, and his mom would be in the living room watching soaps. You know, we're in there just listening to Boston with the blacklight posters and the weed and the fucking, and just rock talk, you know, like, listen to that weed, you know? This reminds me of that.
Did you guys have cool rooms as kids? Like my mom was she was strict, and I was just a vanilla kid, so I never really decorated it. But like having a bong or some black lights or some vinyl post, like that must have been fun.
I had all the Kiss posters and that David Lee Roth one where he's tied up on a chain.
From Women and Children First.
Yeah, that one, boy. That one hung up there. And the Kiss one where they're dressed as Army guys, with the drums and the battle wounds, the U.S. Army. All those, man.
Another Joey Diaz story people don't know about. So my mom bought a home in North Bergen. It was a 3-bedroom home. But the problem was one of the bedrooms was a converted attic.
Yeah.
That to any of us, we would jerk off all over it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. It scared me. I heard mice up there.
Oh, yeah, attics are fucking scary.
So I would go down to this one in the bedroom. There was a bedroom my mom's bedroom was the master bedroom. I had the bidet, the shower, the tub, the shitter, the window, the whole fucking thing. Nice. 2 sinks. And then I had a bathroom in the hallway, but the bedroom I moved into, whoever had the house before, it was a girl's room. Pink carpet, mirrors everywhere.
Oh, Barbie room.
You know how many times people walked in my room and walked into the mirror? Because that mirror it looked like a huge room.
You kept the pink carpet?
I kept the pink carpet. I put like a little wolf on the floor, like this dead wolf that was like a
like a
fluffy
fur?
wolf. Somebody gave me like a fur. And I put I had the stereo with the speakers, who I robbed from the kid across the street. But then I became friends with him. And he wasn't allowed in my upstairs. Like, he would come to the living room. Let's go upstairs and listen to music. No, we can't go upstairs. My mom don't let boys in my room.
You got the speakers up there?
I had the speakers and the stereo up there. I had a Led Zeppelin poster that Ray Canella, the guy who calls in here for the podcast, I called a couple of weeks ago, he had. And it was Led Zeppelin on stage, but it was shot backwards.
Oh, yeah, reverse,
so the word on the street was that it was a collector's item and all this shit. I had a picture of Julius Irving.
Dr. J.
With a net.
That long one on the door.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
That long one.
There's his Converse right there, those red Dr. J.
And he was still playing. He played for the Sixers, but at that time they didn't pay the Sixers. So it was like a generic costume that he had to wear. Like they took the Sixers off
for the poster.
For the poster.
Hilarious.
And then I had the McDonald's All-American basketball team. And I just, on the floor next to this thing, I had this stack of albums.
Yeah.
And what album I still had in there? I still remember having the Beach Boys.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
Round, round, get around.
Oh, yeah.
I get around.
The one with the hits.
Red around. That one.
Yep.
I still remember some of my first 20 fucking albums.
Yeah.
Like the first 5 or 6 albums were very confusing albums. I was still in the grabs. I told Lee a joke there. Somebody, me and Steve Simone, Richard Pryor was basically the first album I bought. Like,
Right.
I don't know if is it something I said or the nigga's crazy.
Right.
But when he sees Jesus, I knew Jesus. I met him on the railroad depot. I told him, don't go down there messing with them Jews without no money. I forgot all about that
Yeah.
line and shit. I had that one and Bicentennial Nigga.
Oh, yeah,
and I had them hidden.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Like
because
they had to be hidden. And then I remember having the Beatles White Album. I had the Beatles Help.
yeah.
I had, I was like a Michael Jackson dude.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So I had the last 2 Jackson albums, Moving Violation, and the best of Michael Jackson's, who Miss Pat argued with me that album didn't exist. And
Oh, the one with like the bird on the cover?
pigeon on the cover. He still has the nose. He still has the black nose.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
a great fucking greatest hits album.
Yeah.
I still remember all these albums. That room was, and I was telling Lee that what I would do is at night I'd play records in my fucking bedroom, but in the daytime I had a little window. I could play them on my mom's living room stereo, which was
Yeah.
kick ass. It was one of those old school box Victrolas with the
Oh, yeah.
turntable, the control on the other side, the TV in the middle.
Yeah, remember that? Like it's like an all one piece fucking
Yes.
furniture
Guys,
piece.
one fucking piece of
Yeah.
furniture like this table.
Yeah.
This is how long it was.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
So it went from here to
Yeah.
there, okay? And it went against the wall. So on that side was the turntable.
Yep.
On this side was the control for the
Yeah.
radio also.
Yeah.
The turntable and an 8-track player. And then the TV was in the middle where that thing is that Kevin put on there.
I guarantee those things still work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those things will work to the fucking end of time. And I know people who have them. I guarantee if you go on eBay,
Oh, yeah, they're out there.
garage sales, they're out there.
Yep.
And you're absolutely right. You put a needle from today on there, and it's brand new. Brand fucking new.
Yeah, I saw a guy, Joey. He did something that was so amazing. He bought one of those and he gutted it out. And then he put high-end stuff in there. So when you looked at it, it was straight 70s. But then when you opened it up, it was just all this great equipment now. It was awesome, man. Like just rebuilt the insides with new shit. It was killer.
Jesus, I just remembered something that's so sad, and it was so sad to me for a long time, talking about turntables. So the kid's name was Renee. Renee was Puerto Rican, and when he was moving into the building, when he was moving into the house,
Yeah.
he went to pick up more stuff from wherever they were moving from, and we robbed the house in mid move.
Mid-move, Rob.
So Renee and his dad and the mother moved out of there. They were like running from creditors and stuff. But for some reason, the stereo was fucking weird. Like the stereo was just old to me. Like I was like, I don't want this stereo no more. I need something hip to get the chicks up here and to be the cool guy on the block. And on the corner was this place on 5 corners. It's still there, an appliance place.
Yeah.
And the word on the street was you could go in there and get a Fisher stereo.
I think your hand's on something.
No, my hands.
Oh, that's. Oh, it's over there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Which in the day, a Fisher stereo, Lee, it was like fucking tremendous. This is before Blaupunk.
Yeah.
People started saying, oh, you have a Fisher, I have a Blaupunk. I buy components, man. Remember, because everybody got real cool after a while.
Yeah.
What happened was, and this is why I don't like a cell phone with a camera and all this shit on it, because once the camera breaks, you got no phone for some people. They can't live without a fucking camera on the phone. I come old school, okay? I come from the thing that once your 8-track broke, the whole stereo had to get thrown out, because it was connected to the fucking CD and the cassette player.
Yeah.
So here you were with 90 fucking 8-tracks. What the fuck are you going to do now? The 8-track's broken. Okay, now I got to buy albums. I got the Allman Brothers live from the Fillmore East on 8-track, and now I got to buy fucking albums. So I said, enough is enough. So I went down to fucking Fisher, whatever that was called, and you gave him $50 down, and the whole thing came out to like $480. In those days, Lee, $480 for a 13-year-old kid, 14-year-old kid. It was like $1,000, $1,200, $1,500.
Yeah, it's
For a stereo, too. It's not
For
even
a
like it's for
stereo.
something for school.
And I went and I financed it.
Yeah.
And when I hit the number, I paid it all off.
Wait, they let a 12-year-old kid
My
finance
mom
something?
co-signed it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
My mom had to co-sign it. Your mom has to co-sign shit. But at least you made payments. You had to
They
walk
gave you a
down there.
payment book.
They gave you a payment book.
Yeah.
And you had to walk down there every Friday and pay the $15 like a man. You know, and you felt good. Like, this was my fucking stereo, man. Like, this was it. Like, I took care of this. I dusted it. I cleaned the needle. Like, this was fucking it, you know? And when my mom died, I never took that stereo.
Oh.
But that stereo sat in that fucking room. God knows where that stereo is today. It broke my heart because I had it tagged. You know, you know when you have it tuned for you, like you buy a turntable, and after a year or two, the turntable gets to see your style and how you drop the record, and you learn, and you get the needle right, and it was sad thing in my life for like 3 years not having that turntable.
Well, you know, my best friend, they had the Marantz, and I told Marin this story, and it was basically the blue collar Macintosh. Like, Macintosh was so much money, but the Marantz, and my buddy's dad bought it, and he had the Marantz 2275 and a turntable, a Pioneer turntable, and these speakers, and we'd play Highway to Hell on it. And a couple years back, I bought a Marantz 2275, and it's in my house. And I always tell people, they go, what sounds good? And I go, whatever your ears grew up on. Like, you know, because your ears grew up on a sound, and that's the sound your brain remembers forever. So when I hooked this whole thing up and I put on, you know, a record, I was like, that's it. That's 8th grade right there, Marantz.
Marantz, yeah.
Yeah, man. And it had the blue lighting, and the Marantz had a weighted wheel for the tuner. You just hit it, it would go, you know, on a ball bearing. And that was like pro. The other ones you had to turn, and they're all funky. This one you just hit the wheel, and it just. And man, I got it now in my house.
Weird to describe, Lee.
It is.
Weird to describe.
It is.
You know, I became nerdish about it, that I was even buying magazines. You know me a long time, Lee. I don't buy magazines.
Yeah.
I was buying stereo magazines.
Hi-Fi mags.
It's funny, I was watching Vinyl on HBO.
Yeah. How is it?
Vinyl is an interesting show.
Okay.
It's interesting show. This week they had like a Sly and the Family Stone type motherfucker.
I saw the picture.
Hannibal and shit. You know, if you like music and you like doing blow, you know, and all that craziness, this is the show for you.
All right.
You know, it's just, I watch it and sometimes I go, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah.
But it's entertaining, you know. It's entertaining to a moron like me because it's me. It's my time. I was a kid. All that music. Last week they sang a song on there 2 weeks ago that killed me. The chick that fucking iced herself, with the pills, with the brother.
Amy Winehouse?
No. Amy Winehouse. This is the fucking. They started at the
Oh, in the
Hollywood
70s,
Bowl.
you're right. I'm sorry.
Oh. So they're doing real bands? It's like like stories of real stuff going on?
It's really weird. Like the first episode is him going into to talk to Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
And Peter Grant is yelling on him, and he's selling the record label to the Germans.
Yeah.
And then the second episode, the Germans in the room, and Peter Grant walks in, and he goes, "Just to let you know, I'm not selling. I'm leaving you guys. I'm not working with Germans.
Yeah, wow.
I don't work with fucking Germans."
They got a guy playing Peter Grant.
Yeah,
huh?
but he's not really 6'6", 300.
Yeah.
He's a little short and he talks a lot. Yeah. He tries to redo that scene from.
Where he's all, you know, the man's out there with the posters.
Yeah,
he's out there selling posters.
Bloody cunt, anything to the name of.
He's your fucking man.
Yeah.
He's your man, not my man.
Yeah, that's.
I love that scene.
That's crazy, and that's it's. Somebody asked me how that scam worked.
Yeah.
You know, in the 70s, this is the most interesting thing I ever read in my life. I had these FBI files from the 70s. When I was on the road in the early 98s and 99, I had an FBI buddy who gave me these files because I told him that they were doing a lot of mafia movies. And he goes, take these and do the research. And I can't remember the guy's name right now. Okay, this is how fucking Lee's jaw's gonna drop.
Yeah.
And this guy was a well-known heroin salesman.
Wow.
But if you looked at this guy, he was a businessman.
Yep.
You know, he was the business end of it. No flash, no nothing. But he was a Gambino captain that reported straight to Castellano. Like, he didn't talk to nobody. Like, that's how much money he was robbing, okay? When you're robbing that type of money, but his cover was he was on the board of directors of a supermarket chain in New York. And what they would basically do is, let's say there was 90 of these supermarkets all over New York and the 5 boroughs in Connecticut. Lee, they went to each supermarket and built an aisle. I told you about this. They built an aisle, like in the express line.
Yeah.
And that went right to them.
Wow.
Like years later, a general manager goes, every store in the country has 10 aisles. Every store here has 11. Why is that? So the 10 registers, they were giving, but the one register was going right to this guy.
That's the payoff.
He had 90 stores going.
An entire register. Can you imagine what he got, like, Thanksgiving,
Even
July
if it was
4th?
3,000 a day, there's 90 of them.
Yeah.
There's 90 of them.
A day.
Let's say you pay $300 for somebody to make the move and pay you that money every fucking day. What do you give a fuck?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So what they were doing in the garden was, the mob was, Led Zeppelin had their people, but was Peter Grant going to walk on every floor of the garden and everything?
Right.
So they would just put up stands.
Yeah.
In the garden?
Yeah.
Because they still have that now. Like, whenever I go to a game or a concert, they have people with bootleg T-shirts outside.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine them inside the venue.
Yeah, but this was the mob itself at the garden. This was the union.
It's all union.
It's all union.
The green coats.
So the union would say, Lee, do me a favor, come here, listen. I'm going to give you 20 T-shirts. Sell them for $10. You get $3 a T-shirt. What do you give a fuck?
Yeah.
Sell them until somebody comes and gets you.
Yeah.
Sell them. Who gives a fuck?
Like, at a table? Like, when you're walking around, like, the
back
concession
then,
area?
In there. They had them in there. In the fucking, never mind outside. That was a complete different operation.
Yeah, that's somebody else.
This is the one inside. This is the one inside.
Inside, like, the actual, like
yeah. So finally,
around?
Led Zeppelin would do 5 nights at the Garden. Finally, after the 3rd night, you would go up to Lee and go, Lee, who's the fat Italian-looking guy over there? With the stand, with programs and fucking T-shirts.
He's not our guy.
He's not one of us.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So let's say I cut a deal with Peter Grant and said, well, listen, we're going to have one concession stand, and that 30% goes to the Garden. Yeah. I told him about 3. I'm going to have 15 of them.
Yeah.
And the band wouldn't know. The band's busy playing.
Yeah, and also they didn't have big entourage. It'd be like 6 guys working with them, and they're not combing the whole
So that
place.
was just another way. So that's the scene in the song means the saying that we're talking about. That Peter Grant is going off on the union guys, going, and nobody knows what the fuck is going on. It's all stolen.
It's amazing how smart criminals are. Fucking opening up a bootleg stand. It's amazing that they could even think of who
would fucking think to question it?
Imagine how much they were making on stuff like the Ringling Brothers circus.
They did that everything.
Yeah,
they did that to
all the
every
events. Yeah.
Until you get caught.
Did they do like the Knicks too?
Every event until you get caught. No, well, the Knicks are theirs.
Yeah, that's this.
The Knicks are in-house. They're not going to rob themselves.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to rob the least events that come in. Like
the
my
touring
wife,
events.
Like my wife works at the Hollywood Bowl. They book it, and then there's a promoter who books 50 of them. They can't get you tickets. They got nothing to do with that. They get a check.
Yeah.
They can negotiate a flat
Rental.
fee, and they sell T-shirts and sodas and beers, and they keep that. But the rest goes to the fucking dude.
Fuck.
Awesome.
How many of these scams are just in everyday businesses that we're like unaware of?
Well, I'll tell you what. This is something crazy, man. I go to the Will Turn a lot, and it's over in over there in Koreatown.
Bless you.
And these guys, these bootlegger guys, they're not even afraid anymore. It used to be they'd be like 5 blocks away. They're right at the front door when you come out now. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, these guys don't get arrested. There's cops everywhere and everything. And they're just like, nah, they pay someone off. You know what I mean?
Well, like I said, those excuse me, I'm very sorry. I got allergies. They keep doing it until they get caught. So let's say Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey, they do a 3 fucking night stand at the Garden.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sure the same thing is done at the Boston Garden. Don't think that they're fucking immune to this shit either.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. When the fucking team comes to play at the Boston...
The Garden?
the baseball place.
Fenway.
Oh, yeah, Fenway.
They only have 6 guys selling White Sox stuff, but they got 3 guys selling White Sox stuff, and that goes in their fucking pocket. You'd be surprised, Lee.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hell yeah.
You'd be surprised how much little theft there is, that to you and me it's little, but at the end of the year it's
monumental.
And I forget what company it was, but I read a story a while ago that somehow this one guy figured out that if they put one less olive in every jar, it would save them millions of dollars a year. So they just started putting in one less, because no one's going to say anything.
Who's counting? You know, if it says 29 piece, you're not counting. You can't even remember. You whipped out some olives to for some martinis. You don't go, hey, we got robbed on one. Even if you did, you go, we're missing one. Who cares?
And then there's scams like, I don't know the percentage, but I would guarantee a very large portion of Apple's entire revenue is iTunes money.
Yeah.
It has to be. All they're doing is selling the music and their computer store. And then fucking airlines, how many billions of dollars are they making on baggage fees? Just baggage fees, not even tickets.
So let's say there's a stewardess, there's a clerk, okay, that she figured out a way to type in numbers so that you don't have to pay for baggage fees, but she still charges you.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
See, everything is very computerized now, but there's always a genius.
There is.
People always find the flaw.
And it's not even geniuses. Like, there's something, when I worked at CVS, there was a button called, like, non-taxable, and you could just put in a price. If I was a thief, I could just put everything as 1 cent and then take the cash if I knew what the price was. Because after a while, if someone buys a soda and you figure out with tax it's $2.04 or whatever, you need something bigger than that, obviously, but you can figure out the prices and just charge them whatever.
You know, I told you when Michael Dell was here that I worked at that car wash.
Right, yeah.
And I remember, like, going home and going, like, I'm robbing these guys legitimately for $6,000 a month. That's just me taking from them. What about the partner I got?
Yeah.
She's robbing them for $6,000. That's $12,000 a month. They're going to be off $130 next year.
Yeah.
And they're going to go, what the fuck is happening? Or not.
Or not, yeah.
Or not, because maybe we weren't the only people robbing. I knew we weren't the only people robbing there.
Yeah.
There was a guy around the back that was robbing blind. A black guy and his brother that were detailers. They were detailing 10 cars and saying they only had 3.
Yeah.
You know, and they're
Anytime
taking 6 off the top.
Anytime there's cash transactions and it's like piecework, like detailing and
What about when you park your car?
Yeah, the car parkers, all that kind of stuff.
You figure out you could take 100 a night right off the top.
Yep.
Okay, the other day I went to wash my car. It was funny because I had a bunch of change in the middle. And when I got back in, the change was still there. And I was like, you know what? He could take a quarter from every car.
Yeah.
How do I know? Because I used to do that.
Rather
I used to
than
work in certain. When I used to be a car salesman in Manhattan, when I was doing comedy in '93, there was nights I didn't have money to go home. I would go into service and go through the fucking cars.
Yeah. Get some change.
And find fucking books. I would find tokens to get over the bridge, and those books, with $4 books.
Oh, yeah.
And I would go right to the bridge and sell them to somebody. Hey, there's 10 of them. That's $40. Give me 20.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. There's dudes in the Bay Area, BART, the subway there. And whenever you roll up, man, there's guys that have some kind of bootleg cards and stuff. And they're like, hey, over here, man. Just give me $1 and I'll give you a round trip, which is like $9. Here they've got like slider cards and those other guys that are running with the fake cards for the gas pumps and stuff. They sell them to truckers and then they're like just filling up their trucks till the cards burn up. Well,
what about the people? I saw this Vice video about like the heroin addicts in England are going and stealing meat from all the grocery stores and selling it bootleg black market, just door to door.
Yeah.
How crazy. Yeah.
Why not?
It's like the copper guys robbing those houses for all the copper.
Well, the copper. I did all that dumb shit, Lee, so I understand. I get what it is to steal a steak from a supermarket. I lived in Snowmass Village. I would go in there every night, get a head of lettuce and a Oscar Mayer salami thing.
Yeah.
But I would steal a $10 fucking steak in my backpack. I did it every night.
Yeah.
And, it adds up. I feel guilty for doing it today, but I did it. It's the fucking truth. And I was doing blow, and I wasn't doing blow those nights. I just knew I could steal a steak for free. And some nights I got cocky. I stole 2 steaks.
Yeah.
And some nights I stole 2 steaks and a lobster tail for Jimmy Burkle. That's how crazy I got in there. I get all this shit. And now, in hindsight, you feel kind of bad in a way that I did these things.
Yeah.
When I worked at Rendell Lumber, oh my God, when I was 15, 16, 17, I worked at a lumber yard. Dean Delray, what I did to these people was brutal. It was brutal. I think back to that. I paid for all those cents. Brutal. It wasn't just, it was $2,000 a week in lumber I was stealing from them. You know, the sheets of plywood were $40, $80. I'm getting 25 a sheet. Give me 25 cash. People coming in getting 20 sheets from me on a Saturday. You know, fucking installation. This, what's this shit called? Tile.
Oh, yeah.
What they put on the walls.
Yeah.
Rock.
No, the other one.
Drywall?
No, the shit that's designed.
Oh, like the fucking linoleum and stuff.
That kind of stuff on the walls.
Yeah.
I used to sell the 4x8s. People come in and go, "Dog, the last guy who was here would charge me 30 a sheet. Fuck it, right back here. Let's cut the fucking deal." You know, that guy would come back there and go, "I only made 20,000 today." Every bin is fucking empty.
Yeah.
We used to have plywood that was galvanized, so we could put it on boats.
Yep.
Marine plywood, it's called. Those were double the money. I would sell those for fucking all the dough. People would just back up their fucking trucks, and I just go back there and help them load it up. They'd give me cash.
Yeah.
See you later, fucking bye.
I remember I used to have a gas key, and fucking a guy gave me a gas key, and this is when gas went up to like $1. Finally, people were like, "Holy shit, it's $1." And the old pumps before their computer, they're just a tick, 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 tick. Remember those? And then, you know, when you put the pump away, it turns it off, and it couldn't start again until the guy came over with a key and turned it, and then it would reset, and you could pump gas. So one guy would just distract the dude working at the station, and then you'd pump, and then when he wasn't looking, you'd turn the key and pump again, turn the key, and then you'd go up and you go, "All right, $5," but you had already filled up like 25, you know, whatever, because you could just turn it and reset it. And I had the key forever, man. It just, people would be like, "You got that key? Let me borrow it," you know? You'd have to distract the dude. One guy, it was a 2-man team.
It's so crazy what the amount of theft. You know, when people go to work, you know, you or whatever, and on your company time, you go on the computer and you're looking at porno and whacking off in your cubicle. That's theft.
Right, yeah.
You know, all those simple things are fucking theft. You know, and they add up. They fucking add up. You know, corporations are thieves. I mean, I don't feel bad for them. They rob everybody. American Airlines, all those motherfuckers. You know, when you call American Airlines, you're talking to some poor fucking black chick who got beat up last night, and they got her in there for the small 40 with no benefits, booking people to Jamaica and shit. Meanwhile, this chick hasn't gone out of the hood her whole fucking life. You know, I'm only teasing you. But, you know, when I was a kid and I robbed in those businesses, okay, like Lee. Lee goes, criminals are smart. This fucking guy I worked for when I was 18, you rang up the fucking receipts, and then at the end of the night, you Z'd out.
Yeah.
You closed the register, you counted the money, you counted your bank out, you counted, it said $1,800, and you counted $1,860. Well, you made $60 extra. That went in your pocket, you put $1,800 in the envelope, you put the fucking receipt in there, and you licked it, and you put it in the fucking refrigerator, and you put the date on it. That was it.
Tipped 60.
I took the fucking tip money, that was mine. Whatever I made over on the register was mine, and it was that simple. Well, one night I'm doing blow in the city, and I'm like, where can I get some money? I go, wait a second. I got the key to the bar. I just go over there and steal one of those envelopes. So at first I stole like 2 envelopes, like the fucking Puerto Rican that I am.
Yeah.
And then they said something to all the bartenders. Somebody's stealing envelopes. We're going to get to the bottom of this. So I figured out a different way to do it. I just went and saw the envelopes she used, and I went and bought boxes of those envelopes.
Yeah.
And I would go in there at night, open up their envelope, take the new envelope, put it in there, and take 100 off the top. So whoever closed the night before was sure the yardstick.
Yeah, you're off 100.
Fucking cruelty, you know. Who would think of that disgusting stuff, Lee? I would.
Yeah, drugs.
That's what drugs make you think about, how to score fucking money.
Absolutely. Drugs make you think like that. Because you're like, man, this Coke back then was $350 an 8-ball. You know, it was 25 a quarter gram. There was no breakdowns unless you bought like an ounce, you know? It was like 25, 50, 75, 100, 100 a gram, 350 for an 8 ball, 3.5 grams. So, I mean, that's a lot of fucking money in the 70s and 80s. You're like, where am I going to get that money? You know?
Do you think, how much of it was it just you are a good worker, like have a good work ethic, and how much of it was all those years of drug stuff, just you were really well, you trained in hustling, and now you're just putting it towards like actual business?
It was a little bit of both. My mom had me working at an early age, but even then, like at an early age, I knew how to flip things.
Yeah, me too.
Like I was doing creepy things at like 8 and 9, like, you know, like buying glue for Sticky Charlie and charging him 25 cents more, even though he was a junkie.
Yeah.
You know, I tried to fucking, that's not a lie of a story. That's a true fucking story. I tried to sell this kid, let's say glue was a quarter or two. I told him 50 fucking cents and try to shake him down. And most days I got this fucking loser to give me the 50 fucking cents, you know. We did shit like that.
I remember we sold bubble yum. When bubble yum first came out, it was unheard of. And this one store sold it miles away. And we'd ride our bike up there on Sunday and we'd buy like 10 packs it was a quarter. And then we'd sell pieces at school, a quarter a piece, because no one's seen bubble yum. That shit was next level. Square, big piece of
delicious.
gum. Unbelievable flavor.
Delicious.
Oh, and it was like a quarter a piece. We're making money hand over fist. And then for a while, bubble yum went off the market because it said it had like red dye number 5 in it or something. And it was gone for like a year. I was like, bubble yum's gone. What the fuck happened? And then it came back, and by then it was in every store. But back in the day, this one market had it. It was like a Chinese market. Had bubble yum.
In the 8th grade, I had a shop right behind McKinley School, where I went to school and grammar school. There was
that was my grammar school's name, McKinley.
School. There was an embroidery factory, a bridge, and then there was this shop right. And shop right had an aisle just for gum. And they had Hubba Bubba and Bubble Yum.
Yep.
And we used to steal a case of Bubble Yum, which is like 10 packages in a case in our pants. And one of us could get caught, and the other one would run. And we'd go back to the school, and I still remember sitting in the 8th grade in Miss Walsh's class, and all of us eating Bubble Yum. And all of a sudden, somebody went to the front of the class to write something on the board. People started throwing pieces of bubble yum at this motherfucker, right?
That shit was good, right?
And it hit hard, and it hit like it was hitting the board like, da, da. And I remember the janitor came in with a ladder to fix something, and somebody threw a piece of gum, and it went right between the and it clocked him, right? This is the funniest thing ever. It clocked him. And some kid, Richie Colombo, was known to be crazy, was walking in from the bathroom.
Yeah.
And the janitor's holding on to the face, and he goes, Richie goes, what happened to you? And the janitor goes, somebody hit me in the face with a piece of gum. Richie goes, what flavor was it? Just walked away from the fucking guy. That's the dumb shit in my fucking world that I remember.
Man, remember they had the next bubble yum that came out was grape. And that was
when they mixed the flavors up.
Fucking next level.
People went to the next level.
Oh, great bubble
I still
yum.
remember when that gum came out with the squirt in your mouth.
Oh, freshen up.
Freshen up.
Dude,
First it
that was
green.
the shit, yeah.
Once cinnamon came out, you lost your fucking mind, dog.
Dude, that was the shit. Freshen up.
Shit. Freshen up with that fucking jelly in the middle that just got you fat as fuck.
Yeah.
It didn't do nothing to your breath. You still smell like Cheerios.
Just shot more sugar into your system.
Captain Chocula, you lose your fucking mind. And that gum will get your jaws tighter than fuck, Jack. You throw 3 pieces of Bubba Yum in your fucking mouth, and you'd be working that fucking jaw.
Yeah. Remember next was Big League Chew?
Oh, that was delicious. I'd eat a whole fucking bag and I'd swallow the fucking thing.
Yeah, right?
I'd swallow the whole fucking, I'd eat it and then swallow that Big League.
Are you still shitting it out?
Sure. I'm still shitting out gum from 1978.
Yeah, I'm shitting out gummy bears my entire life.
I loved all that stuff.
Me too.
When I was growing up, there was a candy store, like an old wholesale candy store on Dunley Avenue. They sold to other bodegas and stuff like that, but they had this thing called Devil Gum. It was way before...
Big Red?
Big Red. Way before Big Red.
Oh, yeah.
This was when cinnamon was still uncensored. You eat 2 pieces of this shit, and your fucking face would turn redder than fuck. But it was so delicious. The gum was so delicious. It was like that gum from Clark.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that shit.
Remember that
shit
gum
is so...
from Clark?
Oh,
those
yeah.
Clark gums?
They still sell that at the
Sure they
101
do. For
Cafe.
$1.50 they sell those things.
Yeah, and Beecham's.
Beecham's. Yeah. Beecham's. And that shit there has a texture.
It's fucking
that
great.
Gum has a different texture. Like chiclets don't taste like that no more. Chiclets, every time you go to a liquor store, it's always fucking hard. Now they took the mini chiclets off the market, which is the only reason I was going to CVS. I haven't boycotted them legally yet. Like I haven't gone on a national fucking boycott yet. They don't know it yet. But they used to have the little chiclets in the package. I would buy 4 of those.
I love that. It was like the paper package.
Yeah, and you eat the fucking whole thing at one shot, and you're spitting orange chiclets the whole day. One sits behind your molar. Yeah. Next thing you know, you got to go talk to the dentist. You got a little chiclet behind your fucking thing. They took those off the market. The chiclets are always hard. God forbid you got to freshen up. You need 10 jaws, a chick who sucked 100 dicks in spring training to bust into that fucking walnut of gum. Half these gums, and at these Hindu stores, they're always hard.
And the flavor goes away in 1 second
One fucking second.
What is that? You just chew it like for a minute and I just spit it out.
Listen, they don't make nothing like they used to no more. A good fucking piece of gum with the flavor, and you chew that motherfucker down to the stem. Lee, what's going on? You ready for another star? You gonna sit there like a mama looking at you?
I'm good. I don't think I need another star.
Yes, you need a lot of fucking things. Did you eat dinner? What did you do today?
What did I do today? I had a podcast with Johnny Rock and just worked here during the day. That's all.
Me dog.
I'm gonna watch you like a fucking hawk.
Dude, I tell you the AC/DC story.
Talk to me about AC/DC. What's going on?
All right, so yesterday I was on Sirius Radio for a couple hours, so my phone was off, and when I came out, one of my best friends, Billy Rowe from the band Jet Boy, who had a great record out in the 80s, he texted me, and I'll read you the text because it threw me for a loop, and I still can't believe it, and a lot of people would know, but this was the text. He hits me with breaking news: Brian Johnson forced to cancel remaining AC/DC shows, facing potential permanent hearing loss. The band is going to make up shows with special guest singer. So I was like, what? This can't be real. You know what I mean? I just saw AC/DC 3 weeks ago. Brian Johnson killing it at the MGM. Me and Lucas Hurl just down there fucking rocking. Saw AC/DC 3 times this year. Every time Brian killing it. So then I go to Rolling Stone. They announce it. And boom, that's it. I go to their website. That's all it says. I'm like, what the fuck? Then I start thinking overnight. I'm like, this sounds kind of funky because they only have 10 dates left on the tour. Why would they even bother with a guest singer after 36 years? And, why not just blow the dates out? You're billionaires. So then I start thinking about it and I think, wait a minute. I think like Brian Johnson quit or got fired or something, and they're just going to carry on. So today, my buddy says that he heard that, I'm going to read it to you. This is insane. Brian Johnson quit or was forced to quit due to deafness. Replacement is a guy named Jimmy Barnes. This is all, hearsay. A guy named Jimmy Barnes, huge guy from, can you fire that up? From Australia, singer, older dude. I guess one of old AC. This is all allegedly, I don't know what's going on, but it's like insane to me to think that like at the end of this incredible career AC/DC's had, that they would just go, let's put another guy in there and just keep rolling. That makes no sense to me. If your guy, let's say you and I are in a band for 36 years and then you go, I can't hear anymore. We did it, and Malcolm's gone. Phil Rudd's out because of the crystal meth and they're trying to hire someone to kill someone. It's over.
It's over.
It's over. Angus is the last guy. Just say, hey, we had a fucking killer run. So it's just blowing my mind. So I did a full podcast today on it. And websites are already like talking about potential singers because nobody really knows. But from what I'm hearing, it's this Jimmy Barnes guy. It's crazy.
all right, I went to see Bond with Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
I went to a lot of things, and I believe in evolution and stuff like that. Brian Johnson was great, for me, but once I got into what I got into it. It didn't really. After For Those About to Rock, We Salute You, I was pretty much done. I saluted AC/DC, and I moved on. And there's some stuff I like. It's like we spoke with Rudy. These bands are fucking great right now. They're at the best, like you said, 36 years.
Yeah.
And 10 years before that with Angus or with Bond?
Yeah, like 10 years.
That's 46 years of playing together. You're as tight as can be. But, I don't know, Brian. I don't even know. I don't even know. And you're right. At this point, just go away.
Yeah.
Just go away. And when Brian Johnson gets better and he could do 3 songs, we'll do a farewell show on TV, which you guys are billionaires anyway.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's like, they
Well, how real do you think the sound loss thing is, Dean? I mean, you played for years.
Well, my question is, this is all I thought about, and this is just because this is my favorite band of all time. In my mind, I was thinking, and this is just my insanity. They did the new record a year ago, Rock or Bust. So they worked on that record a year before. So they're 2 years in. So Brian Johnson's 67. So maybe he goes in, he goes, look, I'm 65 right now. Let's do this one. Malcolm's out. He's got dementia. We'll fucking do the baseball stadiums. They sold 2.7 million tickets this year. Only number 2 to Taylor Swift. They go, we'll do the
That's amazing.
That's insane.
That's insane.
Yeah.
How many dates do you know, roughly?
I don't know, but it wasn't a lot. And you can look that up. So then they, I think maybe they have a big meeting. It's like a corporation. He goes, look, we'll just do this run and it'll be incredible. We'll go out on top with a record and a huge fucking tour. And now here it is. It's been 2 years almost. And I think Angus was like, let's keep going. And maybe he went, man, what do you mean keep going? Let's just, because they dropped these dates out of nowhere last month and people were surprised. Like, what are these dates? Hurl and I went, we were like, this is crazy. They're playing again. I thought it was over, So maybe Angus was like, we're going to do more dates all the way through 2017 or something. And he was like, no, man. And then maybe they just said, all right, well, we're going to keep going. And
I saw a tour that just got announced. That when I saw it, I didn't really react to it. But then I thought about it throughout the day. And I'm like, this could either be a fucking kick-ass show.
Yeah.
Or this could be a bust out. And I guarantee it's going to be a kick-ass show.
Let me guess the one.
Hit me.
Def Leppard, REO Speedwagon?
No.
That one? Okay.
Bad Company and Joe Walsh.
Oh, yeah, right? Oh, they're playing like the Greek or something.
That's going to be fucking craziness, Lee. Like that's like a slow finger in the ass. Like people are like, but there's some people that I'm going.
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's go to that.
Just Bad Company alone, if that guy could still pipe it out.
Yeah.
That guy could still pipe it out, and they could still play like motherfuckers. So just that alone, never mind Joe Walsh comes out there and does a few of his jams and then starts doing, maybe somebody shows up, from the Eagles. You never fucking know.
James Gang stuff.
Something. This could be a dangerous fucking show that you sit there and go, wow.
And then they all play together at the end. That would be sick. No, I'm just saying, if they did that, came out and they just did like Feel Like Making Love or an old Free song like Fire and Water.
Great things are happening in fucking music.
Yeah.
You look at the Hollywood Bowl schedule. It's phenomenal. You look at the Garden schedule. It's phenomenal. There's some great fucking bands. And there's a lot of stuff I don't know. But, for you to be, it just adds to somebody. Today I was into Sirius. Chris Cornell's coming back.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now, when is he coming?
I don't know. They just announced it yesterday. I saw the dates.
He's coming back. Okay.
Yeah, he's doing like Santa Barbara Bowl. That place is great. You ever go there?
No.
Oh, fuck. It's so weird. You walk up through like a neighborhood, like it looks like you're walking up to Runyon Canyon and you're about to go hiking and you walk up like a dirt road and you turn behind a guy's backyard and it's this fucking incredible bowl that's been there since like the 30s or something, I saw Black Crowes Oasis there. unbelievable. I saw My Morning Jacket there, and it is beautiful. You got to look at that thing online, man. It's a miniature Hollywood Bowl, really small and badass. But that's a great place to see shows, man. It's worth the drive. You go out, you see a band, you get a hotel for the night, and chill in Santa Barbara.
It's funny you said you went to Atomic Records
I love it.
yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make it my weekly thing. Just so it's like a hobby for me now. Like 3:30. I have to pick the baby up at 5:30. So 3:30 gives me an hour over there.
I'll meet you over there.
An hour to get home, whatever, to put the albums away. And then I sit there and jerk off on the albums that I bought pretty much, So once we got the new studio, my friend Damon gave me a turntable for Christmas.
So great.
I said, this is the time. This was my hobby when I was a kid. It brings me back a little bit. Even my wife asked me when we walked out of Atomic today, she goes, I'm surprised you don't go down there and play more music. I go, you know what, there's people in the daytime. There was nobody in the daytime.
In the building here?
Yeah, I'd have this on full fucking speed ahead all day long. I'd be down here with loud music, smoking bones. Yeah. That's your office, man. This is it. This is your back to basics office.
Fucking great.
So I made a list of albums that I really wanted to get, and every time I go to either Amoeba or anywhere else, I couldn't fucking find them.
Yeah.
And if I did find them, they were fucking off the charts expensive.
Yeah, and not clean.
No, I went to Amazon yesterday. Lee and I were on the phone, and I went to Amazon yesterday to find Animals from Pink Floyd. They want $79.
Yeah.
For it's rare, but it's like new for 80 fucking bucks. And one part of me wants to pay it, but the other part of me is like, Joey, you bought this album for $7.95.
I saw one yesterday, man, for $25. I'll grab it for you.
Where?
At Freak. What's it called? Freak. This another great record store on Ventura Boulevard in Sherman Oaks. This place, all their records are phenomenal. And I've been going there since for years, because they used to have here it is, Freak Beat Records. And it's crazy. They got Animals in there. I saw it. $25. And I've got 2 copies of Animals because it's so great. I don't want to wear one out. That's my favorite, man. Dogs, all that stuff.
That whole album is fucking phenomenal. So I just wanted to get back into something. I wanted to get back into something that was real important to me when I was young. And I tried to pitch a show called Beyond the Sleeve, but it's really tough to pitch a music show.
Yeah.
Because you have to reach out to the writers and all these companies. They were telling me about a story where somebody at CAA got okayed to use somebody's song, but then when they really went to check, the song was written by 6 people.
Yeah.
So it was like a fucking nightmare, and the courts and petitions, and listen, just stay away from music. So the only other way we could do it is on the podcast, just to sit with a particular album and whatever. Man, I go through music like you, Dean. Every week I got a new mindfuck.
Yeah.
Every week something new inspires me. Yesterday I'm in the car. I'm on fucking Magnolia Boulevard waiting to go into the coffee shop, and Outstanding comes on by the Gap Band.
Yeah.
And I almost shit my pants. I haven't heard something that good in fucking years. That's real old school black music.
Fucking
you think
love
those
that.
black motherfuckers worried about diversity in the Oscars? They didn't give a fuck.
No.
They were getting their dick sucked. They were smoking weed. And they were doing what they loved. They didn't care that what the fuck are you talking about?
Fucking
do what you love, and that overcomes the racism. Who gives a fuck?
Another guy going, hey, yeah, yeah, when you're on the top, oh no. It's so great.
This is what I love about doing podcasts. Is sometimes you have an idea of what you're going to talk about, and you go into something else, and it's even stronger than one of the podcasts. The message that you want to, when I talked to Dean this morning, we wanted to talk about San Jose and music and the AC/DC thing, which I didn't know that was your favorite band, so I didn't mean to disrespect them. What I'm saying is
no, but you're not disrespecting them. It's just proper.
There's a point that life, music is fucked up once you get ego involved and money.
Oh.
I bet if you go to every fucking musician and go, you know what, if you could just go back to the first day of making music, that feeling of being in the fucking garage, what's his name's on tour with Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
Sting is on tour with Peter Gabriel. It's
coming to the bowl.
I want to go there and assassinate Sting. That's the hatred I've developed for him over the years, because you could see his ego leaking out of his pores. I tried to watch him a few months ago, late night talk show.
Yeah.
He went up there with a ukulele, and, it's like, can I talk to you for a second? Just because these little homo friends that live next to you in your neighborhood say that's cool.
Yeah.
That ain't cool. Don't show up here with a fucking ukulele. I'll smack you next time. Fucking ukulele. And then he thought like he went on tour with it. You knew about that.
Yeah, smack him with the Ghost
Like
in the
he's
Machine.
one of those
record.
guys that he thinks like, well, I'm going to play something because my friends tell me. And actually, some people go up to him. You know the kind of jerk-offs that go up to him?
Yes, man.
Oh, my God, that was the most brilliant thing. I said, no, it's not. I didn't come here to see a ukulele. I came here to fucking see synchronicity.
Yeah.
That's what I came here to fucking hear, okay? Not know you with a ukulele and three little white dudes that need testosterone shots once. I don't need this shit. And that's why he aggravates me to no end.
Yeah.
To think that at one time, today, I picked up one of their albums, but it wasn't the one I wanted.
I got Ghost in the Machine.
I wanted Ghost in the Machine and Synchronicity and the first one. This was something different. They didn't have what I was looking for. And it was funny, that's what I thought of. I go, what a fucking band that I was in love with, and they broke my heart.
Yep.
Like, it was like dating a woman that you fucking, listen, man, Synchronicity in 84
Oh, yeah.
took me from one place to another. Play Wrapped Around My Finger, Lee.
Oh, man.
That song has always beaten me up emotionally and physically. Like when I hear it, 5 out of 10 times I'll switch it.
Yeah.
But the other 5 times, it's such a beautiful jam, but it's such a part of such a beautiful album.
It's incredible.
It's a fucking incredible one, and I can't find that either. I gotta go down on Meeb and lift a rock and go for 30 an hour.
Come with me, man. Come with me,
Well,
dude.
this weekend in San Jose, we'll go looking. Yeah,
oh.
let's just end the fucking aggravation and
Yep.
we'll just walk
I do it
around.
with Marin. We hit record
Yeah,
stores.
let's go to the
and,
record
it's a
store.
fucking
Yeah,
score.
we're gonna hit a record store.
It'll be great.
I got to meet a friend of mine, Gordon.
Yeah, whatever.
Friday
We're there
and Saturday.
3 days, yeah.
But maybe Thursday. Let me see what happens tomorrow. I got hit with an audition tonight. This guy's tremendous.
Yeah.
This guy's really good, but I'm not going. It's a Disney thing for a fucking Mexican sheriff in a Mexican town that don't look like me. Hit it, Lee. Watch this shit. This is brilliance. This was something that fucking killed me. Like, did they break up after this album? This ain't it, Lee. It's the Police. Wrapped Around Your Finger.
Yeah.
By the Police. You're killing me.
You know what one kills me? Walking on the Moon.
That one we
Giant steps.
played. We fucking played that on the show once.
Oh.
I must have got 50 emails. And I was like in shock that people had not heard this before.
It's a fucking crazy.
No, it was Synchronicity, their last album.
Yeah.
Answer me.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, and then they got back together about 5 years ago, remember? 6 years ago, and did a tour. And then they imploded again. MTV was God.
This was just some. Put on, what's the one you said, Walking on the Moon?
Yeah, Walking on the Moon.
Jesus Christ.
got-
We opened up with that, Lee. The time we opened up with that, I must have got, no exaggeration, the next day, 25 emails.
Because based off
People
that
going,
song?
what album is that on and who was that?
Wow.
And I was in shock. I was like, you mean to tell me you don't know this piece of history? There's only 4 fucking albums, I think, or 5 albums.
Yeah.
And you don't know this. This is just a monster.
Do you want to watch the live version?
No, see if they
No.
hit that record version right there.
There's some shout outs here. We're going to close up this section here. First shout out I want to give out this Daniel Corin. He's the one that said, you got to bring music back on the fucking podcast. I thank you, brother, because your comment was the one that pushed me over the top. My main man, Ali Baz, Scott Phillips, Alex Zapate, Enrique Rivera, Tim Glob 710, Raven Good, Robert Sochi, Clint Oldie, and Green Cloud. I love you, motherfuckers. Thank you for always supporting us here. What I wanted to get to tonight was an album that got released on July of 1981. I had gone to see Def Leppard either open up for Priest or Iron Maiden. It was Iron Maiden opened up for Priest, but I saw Def Leppard on the On Through the Night tour.
I didn't see him then. I saw High
which was 80.
Right.
Okay, and then I saw Def Leppard.
Judas Priest.
No.
Oh.
I saw them open up for AC/DC
Oh, wow.
August 4th.
79?
80.
80. Oh, Back in Black tour?
Second show, second night. They opened up in Philadelphia.
Wow.
And the second night was at the Palladium in New York City. And they were tremendous. And Angus was,
Yeah.
the whole night was tremendous. I went with Kurt DiLorenzo, but I remember going home. Like in those days, in my world, you didn't go see the opening act.
Yeah, that's right. You're correct. They got booed off.
You didn't go see the opening act. In my world, you didn't go see the opening act. And in my world, there was actually great opening acts. The one that everybody said you had to go see was when they said go see Black Sabbath. The dudes in front of them, tremendous guitar player. But the word out was this Def Leppard had opened up for somebody a year before. And people were like, Def Leppard's opening up for him. You got to go. And I went and they played Mirror, Mirror.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember going home and there was no computer in those fucking days, Lee.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't tell you afterward. The name of that song is Mirror, Mirror. It's off the whatever album. So I had to go and buy the fucking album. And when I put on this album, it destroyed me, till this day, when I put on this album,
Yeah.
I think about a certain period in my life because the album came out in July of 81. I finally picked it up like December of 81. It came alive. People were talking about songs. You'd go to parties. By February, people were putting this fucking album on. This album was, and by April or May of that year, when I was a senior in high school, no matter whose car you went into,
Yeah.
they had High and Dry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, how do we play this, Lee? On the turntable, or do we play it on YouTube?
I think YouTube for better fidelity.
YouTube would be better in here, but if you wanted to crank it on that, I wouldn't blame you. We should do YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do YouTube for them. I don't know if you.
Well, let's see. Let me look at the record real quick. Here it is, right
That's the
here.
most important thing.
So what song do you want to play off of it?
I want to play Mirror, Mirror.
Okay.
Oh.
Ladies' Trains. Take a look at this album cover.
Oh, I don't know if anybody's here, but the first of all, the most crazy thing about this record, incredible album cover, the art. The guy's diving into an empty pool, but on the back, I believe they're just around 18 and 19 at this era. So this is the singer, but this was a guy, Pete Willis, who to me was the king of the band. He played a Hammer Explorer, and he was absolutely crushing. You've got Steve Clark, who later died from alcohol, and then you got Rick Allen, who lost an arm in a crash. This band, crazy curse. And then you've got the bass player, Rick Savage, and then, of course, Joe Elliott. But this is the original lineup, and they're from Sheffield, England. And I went to Sheffield one time, and I couldn't believe it. Sheffield's an old steel town, like Detroit. And all I kept thinking was, how did this fucking band get out of Sheffield and into America? It's unbelievable to think. They're kids, man. They're fucking kids. They lived at their mom's houses and shit. And it's all about the tunes on this. It's so fucking raw and radical. And they sound like, they sound unbelievable. It's a way different band than they are later on Pyromania and Hysteria and even now.
This album has always been like I don't know. Whenever I hear this album, I just think of fun times with my friends.
That's it.
People looking for me, stealing.
Yeah. No worries.
Snorting blow.
Fun
no
time
worries.
with my friends.
No worries.
No worries.
No worries. And this album was, like the fucking, I don't know what to call it, like the staple for that summer.
It's the high water mark, man.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
And
it really was.
Those Jensen triaxles and a Camaro, that speaker that was out right around this time with the fucking auto reverse cassette players finally. It play the whole thing and flip it on its own. You know what I mean?
It's very funny because July of 82, I robbed this dude, right?
Yeah.
Whatever his name is not important. The scam was I used to bring him stolen TVs, and he'd always give me a gram of blow.
Right.
Just one night we were going to see Ozzy without Randy Rhoads, with the guy from
Brad Gillis?
With Brad Gillis at the Meadowlands. And I got a Trinitron for him in a box, and he got all cocky on me. He said, I'm not giving you the fucking gram of blow. So, in typical Joey Diaz style, I got fucking furious, and I vowed I was going to get this motherfucker. It took me 10 months to get him.
Yeah.
But I got him. And even after he fucked me, I'd go over there and buy blow from him and have conversations, and he was funny. But I knew eventually I was going to cash in my chip with this guy.
Yeah.
And I finally got him in July of 82. When did Randy Rhoads die?
He died, I think, in 81.
82. 81 or 82. Look it up.
Yeah, look it up. Side 2 you want, Joey?
82 in Florida.
Right. Randy Rhoads died in 82.
Oh, it's 2 days is the anniversary.
Yeah.
Wow.
March,
That's
right?
March 10th, yeah.
Wow.
Wow. We'll celebrate it up there.
Yeah, man.
So, this guy had beat me, and I waited 10 or 11 months to nail this motherfucker. And one night I nailed this motherfucker on a Friday night with this dude. I made a mistake that I nailed this guy with a dude who was a rat. It was too late when I put two and two together when I went to give him half the coke. And he goes, no, it's all yours. I'm never going to say nothing. I go, God damn it.
Oh. You knew.
I started snorting with him. And then right away he had to go home. He had a curfew. So that, to make a long story short, we snorted coke that whole weekend. And my friend that we had out for 2 nights, he had to go to summer school that Monday morning. And he was out with us since Saturday night. We had him out. I mean, Saturday straight. Yeah. 18 years old. We hooked up on a Saturday night. I robbed the guy on a Friday. We stayed out all night till 6 in the morning, drove down the shore and back. I was in bed by 8 in the afternoon. I got up at 4, 8, did what I had to do. I wasn't going to go out. And about 10:30, my little goombas called me. And we went out and we stayed out from Saturday, snorting coke, all day Sunday to Sunday morning, Monday morning. This is 2 nights of snorting coke, and there's still a bucket left of it I robbed from this guy. And we're selling little deals to people. Dean, come here.
Yeah.
Dean, you want an 8-ball for $250? Get the fuck out of here. 8 balls at $300. Look at the clock. Look what I'm gonna do for you.
Yeah.
Look what I'm gonna do for you, okay? Remember me, cocksucker, when you're a junkie, you remember, oh shit, Joey got. So I was just picking up hundreds from friends I knew just to keep us alive for a couple days. But that Monday morning, he can't go to summer school. He's already got 2 misses. So we got to go see a teacher I know, Mr. T, and we got to clean this shit up. So we knock on T's door. He sees us. He's like, what, are you fucking crazy? You're all coked up. But the moral of the story is we're driving. T knew we had blow. Here we are, 18 years old. We just graduated high school. T gets in the car with us. He does 2 lines of coke. And he's like, what the fuck is going on?
I like it. I
love
the
that.
speakers in the background.
Yeah, cool woman, cool ice. You got me hypnotized. Get ready. Get steady.
Read the songs out to them and tell them, rate the songs on this album.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, first of all, that's one of the greatest intros of rock. Let It Go, you know? And then
it just tells you the mood.
Yeah.
It just tells you what you're going to get involved into, which a lot of people don't fucking do no more. All right. The second song is Lady Strange.
Nope. Another hit and run.
Oh. Tremendous again.
Oh, yeah. Next one, High and Dry.
Jesus, Joseph and Mary. Shit.
Then Bring It On the Heartbreak.
Oh, shit.
The big ballad. Then Switch 625, which is like an instrumental. And then you go to side 2. You got Bring It On the Heartbreak, there's a remix on here. Then You Got Me Running. You got me running. You got me running. Remember that one? Oh.
Just fucking give me the songs.
Then Lady Strange.
I don't want no lip syncing.
Lady Strange. Yeah. On Through the Night. Mirror, Mirror. Look into my eyes. Remember that?
Hit it, Lee. Little Mirror, Mirror.
Yeah.
It's too much. This jam is too fucking much.
Oh, it's so good.
I can't tell you how many fucking lines and 8 balls of blow I did to this jam.
Wrote these songs. No one wrote these songs for him. This isn't American Idol and shit. These guys were in a garage and slugged out these fucking tunes that are classics right now that people go crazy over. I mean, that High and Dry song, a band would die to have a tune like that right now. Just one of those. And they got like 9 killers on there.
There's 8 killers on there.
8 killers on there, And they wrote those at fucking like 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. It's insane to me. It's insane. And his singing is so great for like 20 years old. He's not like, oh, yeah. He just sounds incredible.
This is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
And the one afterward, the one before this was great.
Yep.
It wasn't sensational, but it was a good album for the first album. I like Wasted.
I love Wasted.
But this one here fucked me up completely. I mean, I fell in love with this album for maybe 3-4 years. And whenever I hear different songs, now they never play Mirror on the radio.
No.
They always play Bringing on the Fucking Heartache,
Always.
which drives me crazy.
I know.
Who are the people around them on the back of the?
That's just artwork.
That's just cousins of yours. Look at them. It's just,
That's scary.
that's it. It's just, in those days, yesterday we were reading about, I called Lee and I told him to Wikipedia, Wish You Were Here. And I go, look at the preparation they put into the packaging.
Yeah.
Like they put as much, like they were talking about, they took pictures to signify the agents that they're greedy. They sell their soul and they got them lighting on fire on the Warner Brothers lot. Pink Floyd put as much thought into the fucking album as just to fuck with people. Turn that around. You said something.
Yeah.
The guy's going to dive into an empty pool.
Yeah.
You know how many times you look at that and you're like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
Is he getting hung upside down? Why is he high and fucking dry?
This kind of artwork right here, I would love to just have in my house hanging, because it's something, it's very, it's almost kind of looks like old, like Kraftwerk kind of artwork, that band Kraftwerk. It's just really crazy. Like, what is this? Which is even cooler when you're a kid. You're just looking at it going, what does that mean? And
I thought that was me at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
with, on a Quaalude with Blow, looking at this going, why are they looking up? And he's jumping down.
And the logo. They never changed the logo. It's spectacular. From day one, they got a fucking crushing logo.
Really is a different world for music.
Yeah.
How much thought, and because they wanted you to stop and buy this.
That's right.
They wanted you to walk by and fucking buy this. And there had to be a decision of all 5 members of the fucking band. Look at this. We were talking about this right here. Look at.
Where do you want me to look?
Read this. Go all the way down. Scroll down to whatever the fuck. Keep going. Packaging. Yes, packaging. Wish You Were Here. Let me get my glasses on.
Oh, wow. Look at that. They had the dude, he went out on tour with them in 74.
Scott Jorgensen, Storm Jorgensen,
Yep.
had accompanied the band on the 74 tour and given serious thought to the meaning of the lyrics, eventually deciding that the songs were in general concerned with unfiltered presence rather than Barrett's illness. This theme of absence was reflected in the ideas produced by the long hours spent brainstorming with the band. Blah, 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 blah. Cell phone. Jorgensen had noted that the Roxy Muse's country life was sold in an opaque green cellophane sleeve, censoring the cover image, and he copied the idea, concealing the artwork of Wish You Were Here in a black-colored shrink wrap, therefore making the album art absent. The concept behind Welcome to the Machine, and we have it here, with the bag.
That's killer. Well, the guys were actually on
So
fire.
right here, you walk by this,
Yeah.
and you got a black fucking bag. That's
Yeah.
it. And the concept was behind the Welcome to the Machine and Have a Cigar. So you have that the use of a handshake or often an empty gesture, and Gordy Hardy designed the sticker containing the album's logo on 2 mechanical hands. Right there.
Yeah.
Fucking genius.
Yep.
Fucking genius, man. Mechanical handshake logo would also appear on the labels of the vinyl album, this time in black and blue background. The album's cover image was inspired by the idea that people tend to conceal their true feelings for the fear of getting burned. And thus the 2 businessmen were pictured shaking hands, one man on fire. Getting burned is a common phrase in the music industry, often used by artists who are denied royalty payments. 2 stuntmen were used. I mean, the photograph was taken on the Warner Brothers lot in Los Angeles. Initially, the wind was blowing in the wrong direction. The flames were forced into Rondell's face, burning his mustache. How fucking crazy is this
I know,
shit?
right? I didn't even know it was real guys on fire.
Yeah.
I just thought it was done
Yeah,
some painting.
this is guys, this is the thought. It was a complete different situation. That's why I think even like when I did the CDs with Lee, I always fucking thought about something, I snuck into a church with Felicia and took pictures. This time I fucking walked with my daughter. because I wanted the album cover to reflect what I was thinking at that time, or who the fuck I was, and a kind of a joke in a way. You know what I'm saying? I am Catholic. What are you going to do? But we don't get that no more. Now all I got to do is go on iTunes, click a thing, and I get an email saying we took $2.99 out of your fucking account.
Yeah.
And say la vie. You don't get a letter. You don't get a picture. You don't get a handshake. You don't get a history behind that joke.
Nope.
You don't get ugats. So it just shows you why sometimes these musicians get pissed about their money, because they put a lot of extra work into this, which, like New Wave, are probably charging them hundreds of thousands. Like the guy designed that logo. What do you think they charged Def Leppard to design that logo?
Lots.
$10,000.
Yeah.
$10,000? Sure, mate.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't rich, but they thought they were going to get rich.
Yep.
And the logo lasted for fucking ever.
Oh yeah, I had the guy on that wrote this AC/DC book called The Brothers Young, the guys that built AC/DC, and there was just a guy who worked at Atlantic, like an intern or something in the art department, that drew their logo, and he didn't get any money. He was just an intern, and AC/DC has been using that logo for fucking 50 years on shirts and garbage cans and bumper stickers and lighters and fucking beers and everything. That fucking logo, you know, they got it free. It's crazy, right?
Just, I don't know where the artwork and music went.
Yeah.
And it's something that people have heard me talk about before, but it still baffles me because it's such a, this is what the music is. Go in there. You know, when I look at a picture, I just look at a picture. And this with music, they made you look at the picture and then go in it. Let's go in the picture and get the album and let's play it in the other room, you know, because we don't want my mom to hear it. You know, it's just a big part of my life. I wish we could find a way to do a show where we could do this on a weekly basis without the fear of getting sued or fucking getting hung by our balls, because I think that this is missing from a lot of people's lives. You know, this could put your life together. If you're on blow and you get out of a rehab and you go, you know what did I do as a child? I had 300 albums. What did I do with them? I sold them for $10 when I got hooked on coke. Let me go build my thing up again and make little notes. And as stupid as it is, it just, you like music anyway. I like music, man. Yeah. I can't. You want to throw me in jail? Throw me in jail. You want to really fuck me up? Take away my music.
Yeah.
What about local access? Can you do it there or no?
What?
Play music.
I don't know. I gotta find out.
That's why I love doing this podcast with you, because it's like there's very few people that I can really, really fucking talk to music about. It's like you, Marin, Burr. We all love music, and we're just fucking. I think it's the era we just grew up in. It just ran parallel with our insanity.
Do me a favor. Missing persons mental hopscotch.
Oh.
The other day I'm scrolling and I see this on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like getting smacked in the fucking face.
Oh.
Mental hops missing persons did an album called Destination M, whatever the fuck it was.
Yep.
But before they released Destination M, they did what everybody else did in the business. They released an EP. And on that EP was a song called Mental Hopscotch. That, to me, was one of their best songs. She couldn't sing in real life. She couldn't do fucking dick.
Dale Bozio.
Yeah, now that you look at the husband could play the shit out of the drum.
Crusher.
But after I was watching Bozio, I got hooked on, you know, Frank's Garage and all the Frank Zappa stuff.
Fuck yeah.
And then this was on the plane.
Yeah.
And then after Zappa, I got hooked on something else that was so obscure. Again, I hadn't heard in years, but you don't have enough time to listen to music. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't have, with the child and the podcast, you know, listen to music. You have to put the album on, roll a joint, put the earphones on, bang it, and you need an hour and a half, at least one day of fucking, 1 hour a day. Totally. I love all that shit, but I live on 15 minutes. Play this shit. We listen to this shit. Every once in a while, you got to go off the deep end and just talk music, man. Like I said, people should do this more. We just don't have the time. And a lot of people don't even love this shit, You got to really be into this shit. Lee don't know what the fuck we're talking about. He's looking at me all scared.
I get the
I'm gonna beat
most
'em to
tweets when I do this show.
Sure.
Because we talk about music and they're just like, man, I love when you guys talk about music. I mean, the Twitter is on fire over it.
I picked up an album today by mistake that I did not go to the store even looking for. Marin, when I shot Marin a couple of weeks ago, he told me he went out on a Saturday and he picked a sister up to this album, which is Cars Candio.
Oh, God.
Which is brilliant.
Yeah.
That's another 82, 81 type of album.
Crush.
No! 79.
Yeah.
79. But my freshman year in high school, an album came out that was fucking just superb. Fucking superb.
Oh, the Cars, dude. Unbelievable, that band. There you go. Oh.
Their fucking first album.
Oh.
Like, listen, man, it was Ted Nugent, it was Black Sabbath, it was AC/DC, it was all this stuff. And at the same time, I'm getting into this let me get that album cover over there. At the same time, I'm getting into this, a buddy of mine gives me what the fuck did he give me? He gave me like one of his albums.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'll listen to this. And at first, I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I think the biggest one, I don't know if it's the biggest mistake they made or who the fuck am I? I'm talking about people's mistakes.